This season on the Road to Glory series so far, it's been all about getting prepared for this season, who's been making the moves and the shakes through the transfer window, who's started the season off pretty well in the marketplace, who's undervalued, who's been slept on, and now we've got to that point where for some divisions we're as many as 8 games into the season and we're really starting to see the proof in the pudding. Who has got the form? Who is the team that is overperforming, overachieving, or the mark hasn't clicked on to their current season form and progression as of yet. In the video today, guys, I'm at a place, right, for Road to Glory where I want this to be as much as my Road to Glory as our Road to Glory as much as possible. And to try and keep this in the kind of spirit of Sorare and all the kind of stuff that I see what they're doing on the platform, I thought we would come up with an amazing idea to try and, bring the FC Barcelona community to, the next level. We're seeing more and more prizes, rewards, special weeklies and stuff like that come out for the good and the great of European football that Sorare have got special exclusive partnerships and licensing deals with. And I want to see us, the FC Barcelona community, get involved in the action. Not quite necessarily raid it as soon as something becomes open, but can we hedge our bets with something that would be a team that we could back quite sensibly for my own purposes, for cap 240 with maybe a goalkeeper and a defender or something like that for my limited cards. And for any of you guys out there, it's a good value team, that is a good bang for buck, a team you can watch easily on the TV, a good team to engage with that's got some real quality in it but doesn't cost the arm and a leg. That's what I'm looking for from nominations in the comments section of the video. A team that either we've got previous experience of Sorare giving out exclusive deals and partnership stuff with, or ones that we can see with some educated guessing they have a similar agreement with to other clubs that they have done that kind of activity with. For example, in Serie A, like Napoli is the only club that isn't on bundles, and they've done some stuff with Napoli. They've done some stuff with AC Milan, of course, and they're in the Serie A one. So maybe the whole of Serie A is kind of fair game. And when it comes to Spain, it does seem like a league full partnership, but we've seen things for Real Betis, we've seen I think a few things for Barcelona and Real Madrid, and obviously in Germany there's been a lot of Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund activity as well. So maybe we'll use some educated guesses, but it's one of these ones where ideally I'm looking for a goalkeeper that I can plug into my cap 240 team from this team, and equally hopefully this is a team that we can adopt as a little community, have a couple of cards in, follow some results with, and if and when any special weeklies become open, we can raid it with those cards, and then we can all get ourselves on for a bunch of tickets or signed shirts or whatever's going at the time, and really bask in the glory of the Road to Glory that we'll all be on. Before you guys in the video today, I've got my top 6 budget goalkeepers that I could find from across European football, looking at the form of the early season, how it's unfolded for different teams, and I'm looking right across European football, and I'm really using all the different angles that Sorare offers in terms of different leagues and regions that might be overlooked or slept on ever so slightly. So if you're out there, maybe you're not able to participate in this kind of community Road to Glory that we hope to try and forge, but maybe you're after a budget goalkeeper, and that's what we'll try and give you on the video today. At any point, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share and retweet and all that good stuff, guys. We're pushing for 10,000 subscribers. We're getting there, but we cannot do that without your support. So please do like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, guys, let's just get stuck into it. Now, I think it's only appropriate that we start with the most expensive and we work our way down to the cheapest. Isn't that a bit of fun? So, in number 6, now this guy has got one of the best pedigrees that I found across European football for early season form, and that is Florian Clenme. Now, this is the Fortuna Düsseldorf goalkeeper. They're currently first or second in the league. He has conceded next to 0 goals as well. He has had an incredible start to the season. The rare is definitely not underpriced, and I'd probably say the limited is potentially a shade overpriced because, some of these scores back here, 80s and 90s, you're not going to get them again, and it's speculation that you're going to continue to get them. Of course it is, that's the whole point of this, but they are a top of the division team. They do keep clean sheets, they do have a solid defence, and the man is capable of making saves. These things are borderline undeniable, so you're just waiting for those tight games again where, Kaiserslautern and Hertha Berlin are 2 bigger teams in Germany, and although, they're all in Bundesliga 2, maybe they're not at their best selves at the moment, those are tight games. Lots of saves were made, clean sheets were had, big scores were achieved. And for £37 at limited level, I think he is very, very undervalued compared to some other goalkeepers that have an L15 this big. Cost way, way more if they're champion Euro, if they play midweeks, that kind of thing. He's probably a wee bit too expensive for my purposes to play cap 240 to do a wee bit of yielding, but Florian Clenme, number 6. In number 5, we have Braum Moo. Now, Grenoble Foot, again, started the league incredibly well. I'm sure this team's only conceded 2 goals so far this year. He is a good bit older than Clenme, okay, but he's percentage-wise significantly cheaper as well. The L15 is very similar as well, and when you look at his form, it's very clean sheet heavy, of course, because they've conceded like no goals this season, basically. Yeah, so from game week 395, like you can see there, only conceded 2. They were on a run of 6 clean sheets on the bounce there. His AA isn't as impressive as Clenme's, but it's clear to see that overall, Grenoble Foot are just a team that take no BS. Auxerre, one of the stronger teams in the League 2, who admittedly are not doing good, but very well backed and have talent in their ranks, no two ways about it. Some of these other teams are perhaps minnowish, but a very resolute defence, very strong team, and riding high at the top of League 2. Maybe that continues a bit longer. And this guy has got good credentials, good pedigree to be a cap 240, maybe just pushes it into 270. Still, 57 is a bit high for a goalkeeper. I have managed to get Matt Freeze of L1560 into cap 220 this week, by the way, I hasten to add. But realistically, on a regular basis, 57 is a bit much for these lower cap divisions. In number 4, now in La Liga Smartbank or La Liga 2 or whatever it's called nowadays, there is a couple of teams that have got equally impressive defensive records, but I'm a big fan of the Tenerife shout with Juan Sano here. He's 26, of course. He is, again, percentage-wise on the last 2 guys, significantly younger and cheaper than them as well. I think Tenerife look in a great position to finish in the top ends of their division and at least get in amongst the playoffs, if nothing else, if they can't hold on to the lofty position they're in. Traditionally, this is a good league for goalkeepers with clean sheets, and Tenerife have kind of shown top of the table form already against a whole host of different opposition here. But the thing I like about this the most, as many of you will know, is Tenerife is an island. And when you get these island teams in Spain that are in good form, they're traditionally pretty solid at home. And that can be somewhat reliable. And yeah, I like that, you know. So I don't mind if he's really good at home and then maybe a bit questionable away. And if that's just the way Tenerife go in general, yeah, then that helps him. Maybe we can get that cap down a wee bit more from 57 down to like 54 would be lovely. But yeah, £29.60, just under 30 quid. 26 years of age. I think he's a really strong contender, and he's in at number 4. Now, Conan, as it is displayed on the back of the man's shirt here, Jeremiah Ledesma, has been a little cult hero, a little favourite of mine for the last kind of 18 months or so at Cadiz. Now, I've not been a big fan of Cadiz. If anything, whenever I'm watching them, I'm expecting them to get humped. But this guy is a really good goalkeeper. His L15 is much better. He's a tiny bit cheaper than the last guy, not much. He's got some Argentina, like he's been called into squads and stuff, but he's not got many caps. He's very AA capable. There's not that many clean sheets here that marry up with the deep green scores that you see. He has a character. He does have error led to goal. He does have penalty conceded. He has that kind of thing in his locker, don't get me wrong. But he is very firmly a number 1 goalkeeper. And from what little birdies tell me, it might be officially agreed, right? But at the very least, highly rumoured and speculated that he's going to be the next goalkeeper for Boca or for River, one of the two. I'm sure it's Boca. And if he does go there, for me, that probably elevates him into Argentina number 2 status very comfortably, but playing, continental competitions in South America and whatnot. And at 30 years of age, that could be a great goalkeeper prospect for anyone's kind of road to glory out there. And I think at number 3, he's a very capable bronze medalist in this video. And at number 2 is a so rare cult hero, a cult favourite, and that is Arno Bodart. Now, we used to be a bit of a cheat code under 23 player because they played all the time in Liège, aren't always quite a defensive team. Their problem over the last 3 or 4 years has been goals. They've not been really scoring and attacking very often, but over the piece have been quite solid defensively. They're not having their best season yet, but when you do compare them to other teams in Belgium, they're not actually conceding that many goals. As you can see here, there's 1 goal margins right across the spread here, and he has like the Belgium number 3 or something like that, you know, so he's got some sort of profile credential to hang on to there. Maybe he has a future in his career beyond Standard Liège, but a team that are traditionally, historically, a top 3, top 4 club in Belgium, you know, you've got to think that they've got better days coming, and this guy is he is marked in as number 1 at this team. So L15 at 41, he feels very much more cap friendly than some of the other guys we've had, and especially at the price as well, under 20 quid. 25-year-old Arno Bodart, I think, is a great cap 240 option. And in at number 1 is Ivan Banic. Now, Gorica have only conceded 6 goals so far this season. His L15 is a bit punchy, but he's £16.24. He's super cheap. The Croatian calendar isn't as thin as you might think it is, considering the amount of teams that are in it. And Banic is very cap mode friendly, if you ask me. He's like doing a 40, maybe a 37. If not, he's getting the greens for you and he's doing his job up there. That's probably why his L15 is a wee bit punchy, because sometimes he's been bringing in an 85, a 78, which really elevates that cap score, which we would hope would stay a little bit more modest to allow us some better players in some other positions. But at under 20 quid, a goalkeeper that's capable of breaking 75, I think is incredible. Just under 29, and the way Gorica have started their season, it's reasonable to suspect they might have a pretty good year. It might be a good year to be a Gorica fan. And Ivan Banic comes in at number 1. But for guys, that is the road to glory for this week. I'm looking forward so much to catching the comment section down below. Who are you nominating to be the adopted team of FC Barcelona that we're going to road to glory with? Somebody in the top 5 leagues, or somebody that we know Sorare probably got a really good deal with, and we can maybe try and raid into one of these in real life experience prize rewards things. We can do all that good stuff with. I can't wait to see the suggestions and review them next week. Of course, the winning suggestion or whatever, there'll be a giveaway for that. Of course, there will be. On screen there now with some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and retweet. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.